Hey YouTube, well, I have to say something. This is going to be a very, very sad, very sad, very, very sad video. Okay, I heard about this story back in 2011, even though it happened, I think, back in '06. I think? I think it happened in '06. Let me see. Yeah, it happened in 2006. Okay, so I think I've made a video about this before. There's a girl called Meier who killed herself back in 2006 because she hung herself, excuse me, with a belt in her closet. Excuse me. Okay, so here we go. This is a really sad video.
What?
So I made a video about Phoebe Prince, which I heard about a girl who committed suicide because people were bullying her on the internet, and it drove her so crazy that she killed herself. And it wasn't just that. I heard about this the same day because I watched a video on it, and then I heard that back in 2006, 13-year-old Megan Meier killed herself after being harassed on MySpace by a teenage boy, by a neighbor's mother posing as a teenage boy. But here we go.
What happened here is horrifying. Why it might have happened will leave you incredulous.
She was just a good girl.
Tina Meier of suburban St. Louis is the mother of Megan Meier, who had lived a challenging childhood.
She got bullied in school, and she had big self-esteem issues. She had struggled with depression since she was in the 3rd grade.
I wish I could go back in time to this day and save her from killing herself.
Mother and father allowed her to set up a MySpace account.
And she was from Missouri. Well, I live in Washington. That's way away, but it's so sad.
Under their supervision, and said their 13-year-old swooned when she got her first affectionate note ever from a boy named Josh Evans.
He thought she was really pretty, posted on her comments on her pictures, you know, this is beautiful, your eyes are beautiful.
For about a month, Josh sent her instant messages saying things like, "Lucky me and lucky you, because you're my number one." But
excuse me.
Megan's mother and father started getting suspicious because although the notes were not explicit, their parental instinct told them something wasn't right.
I did contact the police department, and I called and asked to be transferred to the cyber crimes division to see how can I check to see if this MySpace account is real. Nothing you can do.
And then one day,
it was a whirlwind. It was Josh saying horrible things to Megan, Megan saying things back to him.
Nasty messages from a...
This is the one thing that pisses me off, and it's not just this, him saying nasty things, it's what you find out in this video that makes me boil inside. And I boil up with so much anger. I boil up with anger. I boil up with so much rage that you would be scared, because that's the side of me that a lot of people don't see in me. But here we go.
Boy who just a day before meant everything to this lonely girl. One in particular cut deep.
The world would be a better off place without you and have a shitty rest of your life.
It's not that that pisses me off, but to the people who made that face, but to the people who said that, fuck you. Just go fuck yourself. Pardon my language.
Megan was distraught beyond words.
This is the part I'll never forgive myself for, because she was looking for me to help calm her down like I normally always did and be there for her. And I was upset with her because I didn't like the language that she was using, and I was upset that she didn't listen to me.
I don't know if she was using profanity or not, but you know.
And sign off when I told her to, and
Uh,
so
if I would have gone back in time, I would have told her the truth, but I would have told her to block that MySpace.
I was aggravated with her about that and told her that she knew better, and she just said to me, "You're supposed to be my mom, you're supposed to be on my side," and she took off running upstairs.
It was too quiet for too long in that upstairs bedroom.
Tina walked upstairs. I didn't really pay much attention to it. And then I just heard a blood-curdling scream.
I just saw her hanging from her closet.
When she just screamed, I was right there.
I tried picking her up.
I held her, and I yanked the whole closet thing out of the wall. And Tina ran and got a knife so I could cut the belt from around her neck and then started performing CPR.
She had tears the entire time running down the side of her face until she passed away.
It's like, please, Megan, breathe.
Megan was pronounced dead the next day. When Ron Meier came home from the hospital, he
This is the part that pisses me off more.
wanted to find Josh Evans, let him know what he had done to his little girl. The first place he tried to look was Josh's MySpace page.
It was deleted.
Not just that.
The whole Josh Evans no longer existed.
A month passed as the Meyers struggled with
Here it is.
their grief, searching for answers why their daughter went to such extremes, and who was the boy who drove her there. Then a neighbor told them something stunning. Josh Evans was actually the creation of a mother who lived on the same block as the Meyers. A mother who actually went to Megan's funeral.
This is actually to the people who made up that MySpace because it was fake. Fuck you. Just fuck you. 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 Rot in hell. This is so sad. When I first heard this, I was hurt inside.
According to an official police report, that mother acknowledged it. The report saying, in the months leading up to Meyer's daughter's suicide, she instigated and monitored a MySpace account, which was created for the sole purpose of communicating with Meyer's daughter. The Meyers were told the other family wanted to find out from Megan why she was having a dispute with their own 13-year-old daughter.
As if my daughter would have killed herself with a gun. They loaded the gun for her.
We are not reporting the name of that other family to protect the identity of their daughter, but did go to their home to try and get their side of the story.
Well, I'm not gonna be disrepute, but I think the last name is Drew. Like, I think the lady's name is Lori Drew. Something like that.
The woman's father answered the door. In a soft voice, the grandfather said it was sad, but then would not say if he thought the police report was wrong.
Have you talked to these people since then?
Yes, I have.
I think they would talk to them no matter what. Excuse me.
What have you said to them?
Probably things that I can't say on camera.
Yeah, she's probably said the F word and probably dropped a lot of F-bombs and S words. They probably said shit, fucker, fuck you, or something like that, or you're a fucking asshole, something like that. That's just basically what I would think. If I had a daughter and someone treated my daughter like that, I would, if it was a kid, I would tell his parents or contact the police department or try to whoop his ass. Well, I wouldn't literally want to hurt a kid, but I want to have a daughter, and I hope that she doesn't kill herself. I've heard of three instances. The first one I heard about was Phoebe Prince. The second one I heard about was Megan Meier. And the third one I heard about was Amanda Todd. I've heard a lot. There's probably some I forgot out of those three. But these three, I heard about Megan Meier slightly after Phoebe Prince. Because I was watching the Phoebe Prince video. And then I watched that video. Then I heard Megan Meier in the end. And then I heard about Amanda Todd back in 2012, and Megan Meier and Phoebe Prince back in 2011, because I know Phoebe Prince died in 2010 and Megan committed suicide in 2006. She'd be 23 this year. Actually, she was born November 6, 1992. Almost 10 months after me.
And what have they said back to you?
Give it a rest.
Give it a rest.
That's fucked up. Never tell someone to give it a rest. They lost their daughter thanks to you. Fucks.
Now, at this point, if you're waiting to hear what law enforcement is doing in an effort to get Megan and her family some justice, well, you may be waiting forever. County prosecutors, the county sheriff's office, and the FBI say there is no indication whatsoever a crime has been committed. So there are no plans to do anything legal.
You guys are idiots. This is a crime. They made an innocent 13-year-old girl kill herself for no reason. They cyberbullied her. Take a look at what happened with Phoebe Prince. Some people got charged with offense. Some people got charged with harassment. And some people got charged with statutory rape.
After initially telling us they weren't even investigating the case anymore, the prosecutor is now telling CNN his office will review the situation. But more than a year has gone by since Megan hanged herself. Tina and Ron Meier, who have separated partly because of the stress, were told by lawyers it was best to stay quiet. But they no longer are. They are angry and feel they owe it to Megan to speak out.
Maybe your story could help the welfare of another child.
Absolutely.
That's what we hope.
Gary Tuckman, CNN, O'Fallon, Missouri.
For the first time, we're going to hear
Here's another one.
from someone involved in the case, an exclusive interview with a young woman who says she created this page to trick a 13-year-old St. Louis girl who later killed herself. She and two others posed as a teenage boy and befriended the girl online, and then sent a series of messages that may have pushed her over the edge, she fears. ABC's Deborah Roberts has more on all of this. Deborah.
Diane, so many people have asked, where were the adults in this situation? Well, in an exclusive interview, the young woman who is at the center of all of this is speaking out for the first time and says there was an adult there. And worse, she was taking part. In the year and a half since Megan Meier took her own life at age 13, her small, close-knit neighborhood still is struggling to heal. Just months ago, Megan's parents, Ron and Tina, could barely contain their pain.
My life is nothing even remotely resembles what it was before.
Just months ago, Megan's parents, Ron and Tina, could barely contain their pain.
My life is nothing even remotely resembles what it was before. Lost the daughter, the family, just everything that was about us as a family as a whole no longer is. Never will be.
Tina Meier will never forget the anguish her impressionable daughter felt when a boy calling himself Josh Evans on the popular social networking site MySpace suddenly turned mean and insulting.
I had, I don't use my MySpace anymore. My MySpace is just up, but I don't use it. I used MySpace from 2009. Actually, was it 2009? Yes. Yes, I created my MySpace in 2009. I still used it in 2010. But then after school, during school at lunch, my friend Steven back then said, oh, I haven't heard from him in years. He said, He doesn't even use his MySpace anymore. He just goes on Facebook. Actually, let me see something. He lives in Tennessee. Yeah, he lives in Tennessee. Okay, I want to tell you a funny story. Just a really funny story. One time, speaking of Steven, gave me 500 tomato seeds, and I planted them all in one flat. So he's like, "Superfo, go plant these." Superfo was my nickname in high school, and I said, "I planted them." And he said, "All of them?" And I said, "Yeah." And he went, "All of them?" And I went, "Yeah." And he went, "Super, no." And I went, "Super, yes." And he went, "Super, no." So later was spring break, and then she said, "Someone planted all 500 of them." And I said, "You did that to Steve." And he said, "No, you did that." And he said, "Superfo, it's not supposed to be like that." And I see all 500 seeds, all 500 tomato plants. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. Alright. Pardon the laughing, but yeah, I didn't mean to make that joke in this video, because this video is supposed to be serious, but, you know, it's just so sad. And, yeah, I don't use my MySpace.
Tina ordered Megan off the computer, and her daughter stormed off to her room.
I went upstairs
I would have talked to Megan and told her what I know now, you know.
and opened the door and saw her hanging in the closet, and screamed and ran over and tried picking her up.
6 weeks later, they learned there was no Josh Evans, that it was all a cruel hoax created in the home of neighbors Lori and Kurt Drew, whose 13-year-old daughter
Lori and Kurt Drew
was unhappy with Megan. While authorities investigated neighbors Lori and Kurt Drew, whose 13-year-old daughter was unhappy with Megan. While authorities investigated, Lori Drew denied involvement, pointing the finger at this woman, 19-year-old Ashley Grills, as the mastermind of the fake account. But Grills, a longtime family friend of the Drews, insists that Lori was deeply involved in the deception. Who said, "Let's go online"?
That was me and her daughter, and then she said, "That sounds like a good idea."
Lori Drew said that.
Yes.
So she was in from the beginning.
Yes.
No doubt in your mind.
No doubt.
And then you created the character.
Yes.
Ashley says she found a photo of a good-looking teenager and named him Josh Evans. Josh then contacted Megan. It was a prank, she says, to find out if Megan was gossiping about the Drews' daughter. What did you know about that friendship and whether there was any trouble between them?
There was always trouble. They'd be friends one week and in an argument the next.
The fake friendship went on for weeks, with Josh...
Come on, that's what friends do. They fight. But then they can always make up. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Me and my friend Dalton fought a lot in high school. Broke off friendship, became friends later. One time, we discontinued being friends because he said something really bad to my girlfriend, called her a sick bitch back in the day. It was my ex-girlfriend. He called her a sick bitch and said I have problems and and I thought that she really liked me, and then she cut her arm, and I was pissed off, and I took it out on Dalton and told him to not say that, and then me and him discontinued being friends only because of that, and then I told him I'm sorry, and then me and him made up. You know. I broke up with her and went out with Brittany, and, you know, ever since then, I haven't had any trouble with that. I just don't see Dalton anymore because he moved to Oregon, and I'm still in Washington. I actually plan on moving to Oregon maybe in the next few years, though. Here we go.
Flirting with Megan. And did everybody take flirting with Megan? Josh flirting with Megan. And did everybody take turns writing at some point?
Basically, yes.
Lori ever?
A couple of times.
So Lori actually sent messages as well. And did everybody take turns writing at some point?
Basically, yes.
Lori ever?
A couple of times.
So Lori actually sent messages as well.
When we didn't know what to say.
You're sure?
I'm positive.
Now, Lori Drew has said through her lawyer that she did not create or direct anyone to create the Josh Evans MySpace account.
You know why she's saying that? So she doesn't get in trouble because she's
But it was really all
a bitch.
all your idea.
Yeah, that's not true at all.
I would agree with that.
Why would she?
She just wants to keep herself safe because she doesn't want to go to jail or get in trouble.
She say that?
To cover her own self, I guess.
That is true. She wants to keep her own ass out of the water, probably.
So you go on and you're typing and you're going back and forth and it's fairly innocent. Then it starts to get nasty.
Mhm.
Nasty messages.
Yes.
Then there's finally a really nasty message. Do you remember it?
Yes.
What did it say?
Our world would be a better place without you.
Who wrote that?
I did.
You know what? To her, you're a bitch for saying that. And I hope that you live with this regret for the rest of your damn life.
I was trying to get her angry so she would leave him alone, and I could get rid of the whole MySpace.
So you
Yeah.
wanted to end it.
Yeah.
You don't say that. You just say, hey, I'm gonna delete this MySpace, so, whatever. You don't do that. You don't say the world would be a better place without you. That's fucked up.
By now, Ashley says she was feeling guilty about the trick.
Oh,
So
duh.
this message is sent out. And then something terrible happens in the Meier household.
Yes.
What is going on there? My daughter just hung herself.
It was October 16, 2006, when the Meyers' world was shattered. What did you think? What did you feel?
I thought it was my fault.
So what goes through your mind?
No shit. That you thought that was your fault. Well, it was your fault. Duh. You thought it was your fault. Of course it was your fault. I have no.
That a teenage girl that you all just played a joke on has committed suicide.
A lot of things. Like it was my fault. I shouldn't have said what I said.
She says that Kurt Drew insisted that she quickly close down the MySpace account and that Lori instructed her to keep quiet. For a year, Megan's parents remained silent while Missouri officials investigated, but they soon went public with their story. A firestorm erupted with Ashley Grills right in the middle. Weeks ago, she testified before a grand jury in California, where MySpace is based. Criminal charges are being considered there. What kinds of things did you hear from people?
They would tell me to kill myself and save everybody the trouble.
People say they don't understand it. How could this have happened? Who could be so cruel? Who's to blame?
I guess all of us. I mean, I'm partially to blame.
Yeah, you're gonna hear a lot. I mean, if you do this to someone who's innocent, who did nothing, they're gonna start taking it out on you. The people who feel bad for this girl who killed herself, they're gonna come after you and make you feel like shit.
They are partially to blame.
What do you want people to know about you?
That I'm not heartless. I do know what I did, and I take responsibility for it every day.
She is torn up over this situation. When contacting the Drews' lawyers last night, they told us that they stand by the original statement that Lori Drew did not create or direct anyone to create the Josh Evans MySpace account, and though she was aware of it, that she never sent any messages, Diane.
All you have to do is hook her up to a lie detector test, and if she lies, bam, throw her in jail where she belongs.
And so, of course, it's a he said, she said, but a horrible situation that could now result in maybe criminal charges.
It's just agony. This story, isn't it? And there's no going back.
And this young girl says, you know, you have to be careful what you say online because someone could be hanging on to your every word.
All right, thanks so much to you.
In a flash, be the first to know what's coming up on Good Morning America tomorrow with the GMA Daily Flash email. All the great...
There's a comment I just I cannot believe the comments I've just read below. Someone thinks we should not blame the people who picked on this poor girl. Do you live in this world? You should blame the people. You need to blame the people who made up the MySpace because it drove her to suicide. And Mr. and Mrs. Meier, if you ever watch this, I'm so sorry for what happened to you guys. I'm sorry you had to go through this. Your daughter did not deserve this. I mean, trust me, if I could go back in time, if I found a way to go back in time, and get money, I would go to where you guys are and save your daughter's life and tell her the truth, what I know now. I'm sorry that this happened to you. I'm so sorry. But, you know, Megan, rest in peace, and know that you're an angel now. She had such a nice smile too, and you know. Well, Megan, rest in peace, Mr. and Mrs. Meier. Again, I'm very sorry about what happened between you and your daughter, and I don't think Megan would gossip about the old friend she had. I thank you for watching. Bye. Peace out. Thank you for watching. Bye.